Okay, welcome back to video 12 for tips on management, daily tip management, mindset, and precision microbes application of microbes. So today, a kind of a bigger theme is stress. So we know that we want the ultimate goal in the outcome when we look at calf health is healthy calves, and stress has a big impact on calf health. So let's discuss what stress is. Stress is a natural phenomenon, so the release of cortisol, adrenaline, is stress, fight or fight response. But when we think about stress in both, I suppose, animals and humans, it's very similar. Low-grade chronic stress depresses immunity. So in the big fight against infectious disease in the seesaw, we're trying to do everything we can to improve immunity, colostrum feeding, etc. And on the other side, we're trying to drive down infection pressure. So stress has an impact on immune function and the ability of animals to fight disease. So calves no different. And ultimately, when we think about stressors, some of them are natural, some of them are out of our control. Weather is a really good example. Weather, typically as calving season goes on, seasonal calving system gets to a point, it's often weather changes, and then a couple of days later calves are sick. So weather is a huge one. It's out of our control, and we can discuss that in future videos on the calf environment. Diet changes are a big one. So one thing I have learned about calves over the last while, slow and steady, particularly transitioning off milk and weaning, really, really important. People, if we are stressed out and we're the wrong people with calves, can be a big stressor. Dehorning, for example, obviously we're using local anesthetic, but adding in an anti-inflammatory to reduce that pain. I love that quote of stacking stressors. So we don't want to, during periods of weather change and stuff like that, to be doing big changes with calves, diet changes. We don't want to stack stressors because it adds stress. Stress causes very interesting things to happen in the gut. And that's why we see with precision microbes, like every calving system has some degree of stress, or some are, natural occurring, some are the weather changes, etc. But stress has a big impact in the gut. It speeds up motility, it reduces down the good bugs, the diversity of the gut microbiome. It creates a leakiness in the gut, we know that. It creates excess inflammation, which means 70% of the immune system is in the gut. So if we have a lot of immune activity and inflammation in the gut, it impacts overall immune health. So that's where precision microbes is a great support tool to reduce the impacts of stress and the stressors that occur in calf rearing. So stress is a natural phenomenon. It is, no matter if we're farming in 30 or 40 years' time, stress will still impact animal health and disease. And in the mindset piece, stress, if you want stress, I think seasonal calving systems, busy veterinary practices in a spring system as well. It's a high pressure situation, and far from me to tell people what to do. But one of the things, I work quite hard, and under high impact, I find exercise quite good. A simple thing is walking, whatever it might be. And a simple tool, if we think about stress as a physiological response, things are going wrong in a day. The simple application of deep breaths, sighing a deep breath, spending a minute just taking some deep breath before. In the last video, I talked stimulus and response. The power of breathing, take a breath, as people say. Easier said than done. I know we're in that situation, but it's about sharing ideas. And then those people who want to get into a little bit more on stress management, mindfulness is great. Meditation, people are more accepting of kind of these ideas because we're kind of naturally controlling the physiological responses of the stress through the act of breathing. But I think a deep breath exercise, managing our own stress, because stress leads to chaos, and chaos leads to problems. So calm and consistent where we can be. But I know it's a stressful time. But it's important to understand the impact of stress in our systems. And I think if we're looking at one thing, don't stack stressors. There goes my phone in the background. I'm going to keep going. Microbes tip for today: 30 mils daily in milk. During digestive upsets, top up with an extra 30 mils daily. So we've designed a complete calf health program. Now you'll find more on the website. Topping up. So if you're 30 mils a day from day 0 in milk, if you get digestive upsets during that period, say if you're feeding the 30 mils in the morning, feed an extra 30 mils in the evening for 3 to 4 days. And we now have developed a unique liquid oral electrolyte to help with rehydration, metabolic acidosis, get those calves rehydrated in the midday feed. It's a liquid electrolyte, 200 mils, and that can be fed once daily as well. So you can talk to your own vet about Hydrostem. But that's important to think when we think about microbes application during stress periods where digestive upsets occur, that we can top up with microbes with the 30 mils. And now we have our unique, a more complete calf health program, really from precision, with our unique electrolyte Hydrostem to be added in there as well. Happy, safe farming. Hopefully it's a stress-free one, but we know stress is an inevitable part of seasonal calving systems. So there are some of my ideas on it. See you tomorrow for video 13.